not as aggressive at the plate as they have been.
And the pitch is low to Wilson, and the count even now, 1 strike. Wilson, 6'1", 160. He's considered a pro prospect. And the off-speed pitch missing outside, and 1 strike. Wilson led his high school conference in RBIs as a sophomore. He will be a junior back there next toward right, but Keith Winchell has him played perfectly, and there is 1 down. Line drive off the bat of Dan Wilson to the right fielder, Keith Winchell, and that'll bring up Mike Bradley, who reached on an error, a throwing error by Chad Stoll.
I noticed that Barrington is very good at going to the opposite field also. They try to. A lot of the teams in here do that very well. I think that's one of the reasons why they get here. They can hit the curveball.
Well, here's Mike Bradley, and the first pitch to him is taken for a strike. Bradley will be followed by Ebinger. Bradley in his first year. He's a junior. He can play second base, shortstop, or third base. And there is a strike call. Fastball from Hulke. Count even now at a ball and a strike as we're in the first half of the 4th inning. This is the final game of today's schedule, and the pitch is inside. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Bradley is considered by his head coach, Kirby Smith, as a natural athlete. He can run, has a good arm, an outstanding glove, and 400 type of hitter. Swings at a pitch way out of the strike zone as Hulke got him to go fishing for the fastball, and it is 2-2. The infield for New Ulm. Back on the edge of the grass, Robbie and Schmidt playing extremely deep. Stoll's a couple of steps behind third, as is Bloomer at first. The outfield straight away, and they are deep as well. And the pitch is swung on, a little tapper toward third, but it will drift foul. And the field looks great again. Real credit to the grounds crew here.
You should have seen it this morning. Along the first base line and along the third base line, there was water standing in the grass. The infield portion was okay, but that water is all gone. It really does. It's in.
Well, Bradley stepping back in here, and he swings and lifts one high in the air toward right. Keith Winchell started in, stopped, now comes on again, and he makes the catch. And Bradley is retired on a fly ball to Keith Winchell, and Winchell has taken care of the first 2 outs here in the Barrington half of the 4th. And here is Jim Ebinger, who also hit one right at him that Winchell appeared to misjudge, and Ebinger later came around to score the second run of the ball game on the air to Keith. Ebinger batting out of a wide open stance, and he is called for a strike. Looked like he tried to hold up there, but the pitch was just too good to lay off. Left-hander against left-hander, and the pitch is taken high for a ball. And, of course, you heard the reaction of the grandstand umpires, but I guarantee you they're not going to argue too long with Ty Cayley out of Miles City, Montana. I'm sure he would invite anyone down to belabor the point. And the pitch is inside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike.
Wonder if he is an ex-football player, too.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is big enough where if he calls it a ball, that's fine with me. I'm not going to argue with him. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. There is a strike. This time, Hulke went outside with a fastball low on at the knees. A nice pitch. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mark, could you hit the curveball?
Well, I was like most high school athletes. I had trouble with it. And the pitch is low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I could get my bat on it. I couldn't really drive it anywhere, but if it's a guessing game, and I was fortunate enough to make contact.
You could have a lot of banquets of people getting together who couldn't hit it.
Oh, boy, that's for sure. Well, I'm not saying that I could hit it to get on, but I was able to make contact. There's a swing and a miss, and the bat flew out of Ebinger's hands. You talk about literally throwing your bat at the ball. That is what Ebinger did there. He is down on strikes, number 3 for Hulke, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the MVL Southpaw. 3 up, 3 down for Barrington, Illinois. 3.5. Illinois 2, New Ulm nothing.
The Community Insurance Agency of Lafayette will offer you the best service and the best rates for the best insurance coverage. Dwight DeBoer, as an independent agent, offers a full line of coverage. Homeowners, auto, crop, hail, commercial workman's comp. He'll match it up with the right company and policy to fit your exact needs at the Community Insurance Agency, Lafayette.
If you're considering adding an extension phone jack, loud ringing bell, or just wish to make a change at your home or in your business, Be sure to check with the Cellophone Store located at New Ulm Telecom Incorporated, where quality and service go hand in hand. Remember, go with a winner. Buy from the company that provides your service. New Ulm Telecom Incorporated.
This is State Representative Terry Dempsey. I want to congratulate the New Ulm American Legion Post for hosting this year's Great Lakes Region Baseball Tournament. I also want to wish the very best of luck to the New Ulm baseball team as representing New Ulm in this year's tournament. We are proud of the fine job you've done this year. Good luck on your games.
Good luck.
Bottom half of inning number 4, and of course these 4 teams that are remaining in the tournament are vying for a berth in the American Legion World Series, which will get underway on Thursday, August 29th. And the champion from this particular region would play its first game at night against Region 8, which is going to be a very competitive region. I was noticing that today. That's
Is that the California area?
That's exactly where that is. Well, now, before Scott Schmidt steps in, Dan Wilson wants to come out and say something to his pitcher.
There is, of course, not a great deal of tradition, but one of the things that I've been aware of is that the team that comes out of the far west region, the California, the Hawaii, the Washington, the Oregon champion, is usually a power-laden ball club.
Yeah, that region is being played at Long Beach, Jim, and that's Arizona, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, and Utah. Strike call to Scott Schmidt. First pitch is a fastball to him. Schmidt grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, to Lagerschelt. And he sawed him off, and Schmidt fouled it off toward the first base coaching box, and he is flexing his wrist. By the way, Evinger threw his bat, striking out to end the last inning, and Jim, you told me that it ended up on top of the dugout?
Right, it went off the screen, glanced off the screen, and ended up on top of the dugout. The bat boy had to get it.
Saved somebody from a broken nose. Pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. By the way, we've got a score in from the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. I think I heard the public address announcer say Leavenworth 8 and the Mankato Cubs 3 in Game 1 in Red Wing, and that is good news. We congratulate Lonnie Berberick and company.
Was that a final?
That was a final. And the pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball through the hole into left field. A base hit, number 2 for New Ulm. And for Scott Schmidt, that ends a bit of a drought. But you know, he's just too good a hitter to...
He's a very good hitter with 2 strikes on him, and he hit the curveball there. He was looking for it. He was anticipating, and he just pulled it through the hole into left field.
So New Ulm with the leadoff man aboard. Here's Marshall Bloomer, who grounded to third his first time, and not since Robbie's double in the first inning has New Ulm had that type of luxury. Infield in at double play depth. Third baseman Nordine on the edge of the grass. First pitch, ball 1. Nordine looking for the possibility of Bloomer trying to move Schmidt along here.
This is where you have to make a decision. Do you want to go for the 1 run, or do you want to go for the beginning? It's early, and you're down 2.
And you play 9 here, and the pitch is outside, and it is 2 balls and no strikes to Marshall Bloomer, who normally will make good contact, and he is very good with the bat when it comes to moving runners along. He led the high school team in sacrifices, I believe.
Yes, he did.
They've got him shaded around. They got him played to pull. They leave a lot of space for him in right center. There is a strike call. He showed him the bunt, pulled it back at his 2 balls and 1 strike. The center fielder, Bradley, is a step or 2 to the right of second base. Well, to the left, as we look at him, of second base.
The infielders for Barrington are at double play depth.
2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball swung on and hit toward the gap in left field. That ball's hit a long way. The center fielder can't get it. He tries to dive. Bradley missed it. It is picked up by the left fielder, Trentalone. Rounding third and going to try to score is Schmidt. The throw is wild. It goes to the backstop. Bloomer's at third base. He slips coming around, and now we'll go back to third base. And it is 2-1, and the tying run on third base. Jeff Stoll was halfway down the line watching the play at the plate, and he apparently had forgotten about Bloomer coming all the way to third base, and I think Marshall, for just a split second, had entertained a thought about trying to score.
Yes, he did. Another thing on that play that was just completed, Bradley in center field just made another outstanding effort. We saw him run those down last night that were hit by a Economowalk and make at least 2 spectacular catches. He almost made that catch to what would have been robbery of a triple on the part of Bloomer.
But now, did they score that a double and he takes third on the throw, Jim, or is that a triple all the way?
No, I think you're probably right, Mark. I'm a little overzealous here. I think it was a double, and he went to third on the relay from the outfield.
All right, that would be double number 8 for Bloomer, RBI number 29, his first double and second RBI of the tournament. Well, now, New Ulm in a situation here where they can tie it up. Trauig is at the plate. The infield in. They're in at the corners with Ebinger at first, Nordine at third. On the edge of the grass at second is Lagerschultz, and the shortstop, 11, is at medium depth. And the pitch to Trauig is low and away for ball 1. So New Ulm trying to get a little rally started here.
Got an excellent chance with a man on third and nobody out of getting this run home. Just make contact.
Faith working from the stretch. The pitch swung on and popped foul and out of play. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Russ Trauig. Trauig is a good fastball hitter and usually will make contact. He's struck out 11 times in 121 trips. Earlier in the season, he was just hitting the cover off the ball. He was hitting some shots here in games that I saw at Johnson Park. 1-1. Pitch on the way, low and in the dirt. A nice stop by Wilson. It is 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think oftentimes that number 6 and 7 hitter in the lineup gets a lot more fastballs to hit at than do, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your lineup. And Traurig is positioned well. He hits the fastball, as you said, very well.
The 2-1 delivery. Swung on, hit high in the air toward right. John Bowser is going to make the catch. Bloomer is taking. Here is the play, and it is up the third base line, and Wilson misses the tag, and Bloomer will score. We are tied at 2. RBI for Russ Trauig, number 23.
You know, if that throw had been on, if that throw had been home,
he might have been out.
Bloomer definitely would have been out because the catcher had to go, I'm going to say, almost 10, 12 feet up the line, and the play was very close. He almost tagged him as the runner Bloomer went by. So the throw about 10 or 12 feet off to the third base side of home plate.
So Bloomer and Trauig have picked up RBIs here. We are tied at 2. Keith Winschittel takes the first pitch for a ball. Winschittel walked his first time and was stranded at second. Faith into the windup. The pitch on the way. 1 man out. Fastball high. It is 2-0. Brand new game here at Johnson Park. Barrington, Illinois 2, New Ulm 2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fastball, swing and a miss. He challenged Winschittel, kept it in on him. 2 balls and 1 strike to Winschittel, who is versatile enough to play third base when Stoll is pitching. He can pitch himself, and tonight he plays in the outfield, and the pitch is inside to him. And it is 3 balls and 1 strike to Keith Winschittel, who is the number 7 man in the order. He would be followed by Kevin Hulke and then Jim Leslie. The pitch on the way is low and in the dirt, and that will be ball 4. So Winschittel is on with a walk, and that is the 3rd free pass issued by the pitcher Faith, and Winschittel has accounted for 2 of those. The other man to get the free pass is in the batter's box now, Kevin Hulke. The third baseman Noreen is guessing bunt. He is, well, now he's moved back to almost even with the bag. Now he's almost at normal depth. I thought for a moment he might have been thinking bunt here with 1 out. Hulke backs away from the fastball, which is high. It is ball 1.
I think that Faith has gotten out of his rhythm. He started out as a breaking ball pitcher, I would say throwing 2 out of 4 pitches, and all of a sudden he has become a fastball pitcher, trying to overpower people, and ripped one into hole, and Bloomer nailed the fastball real well in the gap between center and left field.
Ebinger will hold with Winschittel on first. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is a strike, and Hulke bailing out on that one, taking all the way. Count even now at 1 ball and a strike.
This would not be a bad time to bunt.
With 1 out, the Barrington infield at short in second. Lagerschultz and Levin looking for that double play. And did Hulke go? I think he tried to check a swing. The ball got away from Wilson, but not far enough for Winschittel to advance. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leslie is in the on-deck circle. He would be the number 9 man in the order. Barrington, Illinois, with single runs in the first and the second. New Ulm with 2 here in the home half of the 4th. He delivers. Off-speed pitch. Just missed. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's come back now to that breaking ball, which he abandoned momentarily.
Well, Faithful Battaglia, he's a competitor. And the pitch is high, and the string is out to Kevin Holke. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the number 8 man in the batting order, Kevin Holke, who coming into tonight had walked 3 times in 23 trips. He was 10 for 23 with a respectable .435 batting average. And he swings and fouls the pitch off, and it is 3-2. Holke is not a bad hitter. He is 6 feet tall, 180, and can hit the ball hard. Basically, he's a singles hitter. He played first base for MVL when he was not pitching, so he is a threat there.
The batter coming up behind him, Leslie, has also had a good tournament as a replacement for the injured Brian Ginn.
Pitch is swung on, drilled toward center. On his horse is Bradley. Reaches out and dives and can't get it. The ball is picked up by the right fielder, Bowser. Winchell will stay at third. We'll have runners on second and third. And Bradley is laying stomach down in center field, and he is unhappy with himself. You know, the rule of thumb on that is you shouldn't dive unless you are absolutely certain you're going to get it, because if you don't get it, it's an extra base.
Well, one of the things that both of those that have been hit in this inning, Bloomer's hit and Holke's just now, were well hit, but that ground is so soft out there. If this were the middle of July, we would have had another 2 runs in this ball game, but that ball is hitting, and it's kind of like a golf ball hitting in a wet fairway. It doesn't go anywhere after it hits. So the right fielder backing up that play was able to pick it up and hold Holke to a double of what very easily could have been a triple.
Well, that is the second double of this inning, and for Holke, that is double number 1 this season. So you've got Winchell on at third, Holke on at second, 1 man out, 2-2 the score. Jim Leslie the batter. He grounded to the third baseman Noreen his first time. And again, the infield in at the corners with Eminger and Noreen, first and third respectively. Second baseman Legasholt a couple of steps off the grass, and here comes the shortstop Levin. Swing and a miss at the fastball by Leslie. 0-1. Still just 1 man out, and with runners on second and third, New Ulm does not have to worry about the double play.
I think you may see a squeeze attempt coming up here.
Brian Robbie would be next. And the pitch is taken inside, and it is even now, 1 ball and 1 strike to Jim Leslie, 5'11", 170. Just turned 18 on the 26th of July. In the tournament, he is 2 for 8.
A single would give them a 2-run lead, wouldn't it?
Infield in. And the pitch is outside. Boy, Leslie had a notion but laid off, and Wilson had to slide out to his right to keep that ball in front of him. 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 9 man in the batting order. And the 6th man to bat in the inning. A base hit, a double, a walk, and another double have produced our tie, and New Ulm with a threat here to do some more damage. Strike call, the inside corner of fastball. Jim, I know what you're thinking, so you can go ahead and say it.
No, I didn't think that was a strike. That looked to me to be way inside.
2-2 now. Pitch is swung on, a tapper toward third, cut off by the third baseman, Noreen, and he'll gun Leslie out, and the runners will have to hold their positions. Winchell at third, Holke at second. 2 men down now. We go back to the top of the order, and Brian Robbie. Robbie tonight is doubled to center field, and then hit a little comebacker to Faith in the third inning. So he's 1 for 2, but he's up here with a chance to pick up 2 big ducks here on this pond.
He's an excellent clutch hitter. He will probably make very good contact.
Faith from the stretch, delivers to Brian Robbie, pitches in the dirt, bounces away from Wilson, but not far enough for Winchell to advance. Ball 1 to Brian Robbie, who is the 7th man to bat in this inning. Chad Stoll would be next if Robbie can keep the inning alive. And remember here, first base is open. The outfield is straight away and deep, as it has been for the top part of the New Ulm order. Robbie wearing number 9, and the pitch is a strike call. That one, again, according to the home plate umpire, Ty Cayley, catching the outside corner. But, boy, I'll tell you what,
fans behind the seats there didn't like that call either.
1 ball and 1 strike. Faith kicks and throws. The pitch is in the dirt, and again Wilson does a nice job to keep that ball in front of him. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike. And, Jim, I cannot see the Barrington bullpen. Is there anything happening out there?
No, there is no one warming up down there. I've noticed that Barrington, so far in this tournament, has gone a long way with their starting pitcher. Last night's starting pitcher gave up 8 runs before anybody was sent to the bullpen. So you may just see him go. I think they have a lot of confidence in their offense, but you've got to be careful in a tournament situation. And New Ulm is a team that has perhaps won a couple of games, knocking off State College of Pennsylvania and then winning that sensational game last night. They could get on fire, and you don't want that to happen.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Robbie. He lays off, and he takes it outside, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike to Brian Robbie, with Chad Stoll hoping to get an opportunity. And then it would be Aaron Allen if they were to get that far. 1 out. Halke on second. Winshuttle on third. Pitch to Robbie. Bounces in front of the plate for ball 4, and they are loaded up for Chad Stoll. That is walk number 4 off of Faith. Robbie, go ahead.
Faith, to be effective, as we said early in the game, because he is a breaking ball pitcher, has to keep the breaking ball down. He's kept it down, in fact, down too far. He is giving his catcher, Wilson, a beating back there, who's doing a very good job of keeping those balls in front of him.
Stoll is popped to second, foul to first. First pitch, strike called. Fastball right down the chute. 1 man out, 2 runs in for New Ulm here in the bottom of the 4th, and they're looking to take the lead, and the pitch is a high, tight fastball that backed him away. They call that chin music. If Chad didn't shave today, he certainly will not have to now. That's how tight that pitch was. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off speed in the dirt and outside, and Wilson again making a nice stop. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stoll with a good eye at the plate.
Still no activity in the bullpen.
Of course, Barrington will probably try and cut the run off at the plate if possible, but they are playing back as if to concede the run and look for the double play. Pitch is swung on and fouled off of the foot of Stoll.
Those hurt.
2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 out. I believe I said 1 out. There's 2 out. 2 out in this. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The second out, Leslie's ground out. And the pitch is in the dirt, and it is ball 3. Well, there's no place to put Chad Stoll, so this is the pitch that it's going to have to happen on here. Right-hander against right-hander. Jim, who has the upper hand in this situation?
Boy, I don't know. It's, I think perhaps the pitcher being wild, I think the hitter has the upper hand, particularly when you don't see an overpowering type pitcher out there.
Well,
Stoll is going to make good contact, or he's going to draw ball 4. He's got a very good eye.
All right, the New Ulm partisan trying to cheer him on. The payoff pitcher's a throw to first. And Evinger was nowhere near the first base bag.
That shows me that the pitcher, Faith, wanted more to go to first base than he wanted to throw at the hitter.
Tough spot for the pitcher. He delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck Stoll out with a fastball. He just reared back and blew it by Chad Stoll. And that will take New Ulm out of the 4th inning, but they send 8 men to the plate. They come up with 2 runs on 3 base hits, 3 men left on, and at the end of 4, the score, Barrington, Illinois 2, New Ulm 2.
Northside Garage of New Ulm wishes the New Ulm Legion baseball team the best of luck. And they would also like to let you know about their complete automotive service. From engine tune-ups to complete motor overhauls. Why not stop in and see Mel Cease at Northside Garage and Alignment, 5 4th North Street in New Ulm. First Miley Insurance is happy to sponsor and support the Legion games and welcome the guests to our community. And a reminder that you won't strike out in your insurance game if you contact First Miley Insurance, who offer a complete line of insurance coverage. Contact or stop in and see Bobby Stimpert or Paul Firth at Firth Miley Insurance, New Ulm.
If you've got it, flaunt it with Bike Coaches shorts from Sport Shack in New Ulm. The original Coaches shorts in 100% double knit nylon with 2 front Western-style inset pockets and 2 back patch pockets. Now just $12.99. Bike Coaches shorts ideal for softball or just leisure wear. Now on sale at Sport Shack in downtown New Ulm.
Well, a nice piece of pitching by 17-year-old Peter Faith there against the veteran Chad Stoll. He challenged him and won the battle.
You asked me earlier who has the upper hand, and as it turned out, the pitcher had the upper hand in that particular situation.
Top half of inning number 5 now. Barrington, Illinois, and New Ulm here as we've got a brand new game.
We've got ourselves another ball game, Mark. Very tight. Going to be very hotly contested. Pitching and defense is going to win the ball game.
Bottom third of the order, Carmen Tronelone, Peter Faith, and Kurt Legeschult, the scheduled hitters here. Tronelone playing in left field, wears number 9, steps in to face Kevin Hulke. Reached on a fielder's trace his first time. Kevin starts him with a hook that's low for ball 1. Tronelone, as I mentioned earlier, had a knee injury last year, which has really hampered him, as Hulke delivers inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Tronelone, when he's healthy, is one of these guys that can do it all, apparently. He will be going to Evansville on a full-ride scholarship for baseball, and the pitch is high, and it is 3 balls now and no strikes to Tronelone. He hit .388 his junior year and missed being named all-conference by a single vote. He didn't play in the game against Touch because of his knee injury, and there is a strike from Kevin Hulke, the old automatic. 3 balls and 1 strike to Carmen Tronelone. Left-hander against right-hander. Pitch swung on and a 1-hop. Well, no, Robbie feels it on the fly and throws him out. I don't believe he would have had to make the toss. But Robbie didn't want to take any chances. We'll give the put out to Brian Robbie, unassisted, and there's 1 down.
That ball was hit a tough play, too. That was one of those that there was not going to be any hop, or it was going to be a short hop, because Robbie was way back on the grass, and he caught that about halfway up on the infield agri-line.
Peter Faith lays off the first offering from Hulke, and it is ball 1 to the pitcher. He struck out swinging his first time. Faith in his first year with the team, and there is a strike, a nice pitch from Hulke. Fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That had some zip on it.
Barrington, Illinois, making their 3rd appearance in the tournament. They were here in 78 and 79. Check swing, did he go? Apparently not. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. New Ulm has the most tournament appearances of anyone here. A total of 5. Midland, Michigan has 4. And then Barrington with 3. And the pitch is a strike call. Fastball on the outside corner. On the extreme outside corner. And it is 2-2. It might be a good thing, Jim, that you're not in the dugout tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit foul. Is it a fair ball or a foul ball? Apparently a foul ball. It would look like it might have gone right over the bag, but the first base umpire, Don Proctor, didn't make an indication right away.
I sometimes wonder if maybe in a tournament where there have been hits sprayed all over the place, that if there isn't actually a conspiracy to widen the strike zone a little bit, but maybe that's just my coaching position.
Are you questioning the integrity of the men in blue, Jim?
No.
2-2 now. Pitch is outside. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. But you're right, though. We have seen a wide variance of strike zones between Proctor and Ty Cayley and Taylor and Bill Taunton. Swing and a miss. Hulke came back to strike him out. 2nd time that he has gotten Faith on strikes. 4th strikeout for Hulke, who has gotten his strikeouts quietly, and he hasn't walked anyone.
Yeah, that was a very good pitch. That just had a little extra zip on it, and it was right down the pipe, probably at the knees, and had some smoke on it.
Well, the first pitch is high, ball one to Kurt Legeschultz, who grounded to third his first time. He is the second baseman and the number 9 man in the batting order. Led off for the high school team, and he looks at the hook for a call strike. And the count to the right-handed batting second baseman, Legeschultz, is 1 ball and 1 strike. Stoll even with a bag at third. Schmidt and Robbie deep at short and second. Outfield straightaway pitch swung on and fouled off the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This is settling down into a pretty good pitcher's duel between Hulke and Faith.
Well, I think that we expected Hulke to be around the plate. And I really could not get a clear handle on this Barrington, Illinois team from Coach Kirby Smith, despite spending 2 hours with him this morning. And the pitch is high. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith, 50 years old, a graduate of Iowa, coaching at third base. Pitch is swung on, popped up into shallow center field. Scott Schmidt chasing it, and he'll reach up and drop the ball. The ball is picked up by the center fielder, and sliding into second base will be Legeschultz, as Scott Schmidt went a long way for that ball, and he tried to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Leslie got the ball back into the infield, and it will be... they're going to give him a base hit.
Schmidt had a long run. If anything, I guess I really couldn't tell from here whether Leslie had a shot at that ball or not, but if he did, he should have called Schmidt off and taken it coming in.
Third hit for Barrington. That'll be a double all the way, and that is the second double now for Legeschultz this year. So with 2 out and Legeschultz on at second base, we go back to the top of the order, and Mark Levin, who's gotten a couple of base hits. First pitch from Hulke is eyed for ball 1. Levin singled to right to open the game and scored Barrington's first run, then singled in the third. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. Ball gets away from Allen. Runner trying to go to third, and he'll slide in head first. So Legeschultz speed gets him into third, and a wild pitch, Jim?
Yes.
That would be the third on Kevin Hulke tonight. So with 2 men out now, Hulke is going to have to get the hitter. Levin, 1-1 to him. Off-speed pitch, bounce to the right side, a 2-hopper to Brian Robbie. He gobbles it up, throws him out, and Hulke is out of the inning. For Barrington, Illinois, 1 hit. They leave 1, 4.5. Barrington 2, and New Ulm 2.
Dennis Spurl, your favorite tax advisor with offices at 412 2nd North Street in New Ulm, is proud to take this opportunity to add his good luck wish for the Legion team in hopes that you'll get a big return on your games in the tourney. Dennis Spurl, the winning coach with tax advice, 412 2nd North Street in New Ulm.
At Southside Body Shop, they specialize in framework on newer style car bodies, glass installation, all insurance repair, and body painting. For all your auto body repair, head south to Southside Body Shop, 2217 South Broadway, New Ulm, or they're as close as your phone at 359-4342.
Since 1939, whenever the really big trucks have needed truly heavy-duty filter protection, they've consistently relied upon Wix. So when they say Wix is the best in heavy-duty protection, you can believe it. It's a reputation you gave them the hard way. Distributed locally by General Trading Company of New Ulm, Sleepy Eye, and Bird Island, and their many fine dealers.
Well, we are halfway through game number 11 of this double elimination tournament. Barrington, Illinois, and New Ulm, and the pairings for this next round will have to be determined after the game. Now, if New Ulm would happen to lose this game, they would play Wisconsin, and Midland would be going against this team here from Barrington, Illinois, and that would be fine. But if New Ulm would happen to win this game, according to the brackets, they would meet Midland, Michigan, and they'd like to try to avoid a rematch until they get to the championship game. Aaron Allen will start things off for New Ulm here in the 5th inning. And Aaron takes the off-speed pitch inside for ball 1.
Aaron needs to be looking breaking pitch, of which he has seen an infinite number, and take it to right field.
Fastball swung on and hit sharply toward short. Levin picks it up, drops it, and then can't recover. And Aaron Allen is on with a error on the shortstop Levin, and he hit the ball sharply. And that is going to be the first error on Barrington, Illinois. So New Ulm with the leadoff man aboard. Coming into this game, Barrington had committed 100 errors in 58 games.
Almost 2 a game. That's not bad for high school baseball.
Well, now we may have an injury here to Dan Wilson, the catcher. I didn't see it happen, Jim, but he is flexing his left elbow. I wonder if he got hit with a bat.
If he did, it might have been the bat that Allen discarded after he hit that ball.
Well, he's trying to shake it off. It's his left hand.
I'm amazed at his durability. He started the opening game that Barrington played against Hutchinson, and I believe pitched 9 innings that day. And then he has caught the last 2 games behind the plate. He is going to have one tired arm.
Well, you are in the similar situation next year with Aaron Allen.
Yes, I am, and I'm not quite sure how that's going to be handled. I think it's a very difficult thing to do. I guess what I would like would be for other younger pitchers to come along for helping Jason McClellan, and we'll just leave Aaron behind the plate, but we may not have that luxury.
Wanted pitchers at New Ulm High School, see Jim Sensky. Well, Wilson has taken a couple of tosses here, and apparently he is going to stay in the game, and Scott Schmidt will step in. Schmidt is grounded to second, singled and scored to start the rally in the 4th, and the pitch is inside on him, and it's ball 1.
Well, this is a bunt situation. I do not believe that he will have Schmidt bunting. Schmidt is a power hitter. He sprays the ball around, and he's tough to double up.
Infielded double play depth. Pitches inside again to Schmidt. And it is 2 balls and no strikes, and I am amazed at the number of pitches that Schmidt and Allen seem to get in on the wrists a little bit. I believe the word is out not to let him extend himself over the plate because he can hit the ball a long way. Allen with a good lead at first. Strike called, and again it's on the inside part of the plate with a fastball.
They're pitching Schmidt a lot inside. They're trying to jam him and take away that full extension because he can, as we said, hit the ball with power.
2-1 now to the right-handed batting Scott Schmidt. And the pitch is low, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, Scott could possibly back up in the box just a little bit to compensate for that, couldn't he?
Yes, he could. Faith, what did you say was 5-3 as a pitching record?
6-3 coming in here.
6-3. I don't think that he has had the work that other Barrington pitchers have because he's been struggling. He shows signs of not having worked as many innings as some of their top starters.
Well, it's his first tournament appearance. He had 74 innings coming in. This is his 14th game. And the pitch is in the dirt and bounces away for ball 4, and Schmidt is on with a walk, and Aaron Allen will go down to second base. And New Ulm now has 2 on with nobody out, and that is walk number 5 off of Faith. And of those 5 walks, 3 have come now in the last inning because there's nobody out here. And Jim, you're trying to get a look at the bullpen. Do you see anything?
Yeah, we have bullpen activity, but it is New Ulm activity in the bullpen rather than Barrington, Illinois activity.
Well, now we are going to get Kirby Smith ambling slowly out to the mound. And he just doesn't seem to be in too big a hurry. So I wonder what we will see here.
I can't see a number out there, but I've seen the boy often enough, and that looks like Chad Stoll throwing out in the bullpen. New Ulm is in an obvious run-scoring threat here. Men on first and second, nobody out. Marshall Bloomer, a very good bunter coming to the plate. It wouldn't surprise me to see him move both runners up, and with Traurig and Winchittle behind them, a good chance for a fly ball or a ground ball to the right side to give New Ulm the lead.
Well, Allen started the inning by hitting a sharp ground ball that Levin couldn't handle. Schmidt has walked. So we've got runners on first and second. Smith is going to stay with his pitcher, Peter Faith. The third baseman, Noreen, is in on the edge of the grass at third. The infield double play depth. Evinger also in at first, expecting a bunt. Bloomer squares around, pushes it
Good
toward
bunt.
first. Evinger will have just one play, and that is to first base with the second baseman covering. Sacrifice is executed to perfection by Marshall Bloomer. It will go 3-4 in the books, and Allen goes to third. Schmidt goes to second. One man is out, and here is Russ Trauig, who has grounded to second and flied to right. And that fly ball to right picked up Marshall Bloomer in the fourth inning to tie it up.
New Ulm has executed very well so far in the 3 games of this tournament. Those are the kinds of things that you have to do.
First pitch to Trauig, gets by the catcher Wilson, who cannot find the ball. Allen will score. Schmidt will stay at third. It'll be a wild pitch. It's 3-2 New Ulm. Well, you can't blame Wilson, because if it hadn't have been for him, there would have been numerous wild pitches that could have resulted in runs in the previous inning alone.
He's getting beat up there by knocking pitches down. I'll bet this has got to be a dozen of them already that have been in the dirt in front of the home plate. And that one just squirted off to the left, and he couldn't find it.
Well, with one man out, Schmidt now sits at third base. He is the lone base runner, and again the infield is in.
There is just one other way that you can score when the sacrifice is perfected.
And the pitch is low and in the dirt again, and Wilson has to track it down. And Wilson slammed his mask down before he went after that ball. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Faith is really having a tough time with the off-speed pitch. I think he has learned that the fastball is not going to work here. And he hasn't even used his changeup much. He's been relying basically fastball, curveball.
Traurig is due.
2-0, a good situation for the hitter. Pitch is low, it is 3-0. And the one nice thing here about New Ulm is they're not helping him out. They realize he is low, and New Ulm will settle for walks. They're not going to help him.
Number 3 is just gotten out of the dugout for Barrington and appears about headed for the dugout.
That would be Morgan. Doug Morgan. Faith from the stretch, 3-0 to Trauig. Comes in with a fastball. Trauig had no intention of swinging. It is 3-1. Right-hander against right-hander as from the stretch, Faith kicks and throws. Off-speed pitch outside for ball 4, and Trauig has got himself a walk. That is number 6 off of Faith. Runners now at first and third. And that will bring up the veteran Keith Winchell in this situation.
Number 15, Keith Winchell. Thank you once again. Winchell was a good bunter. They stressed the bunt at Cathedral. This is a perfect situation for executing a suicide and a sacrifice, the runner to second base all at one time. There it comes.
Runner goes, and the pitch is high. Here's Wilson's throw, and it is not in time. A stolen base for Trauig. And now New Ulm has got runners on second and third as Trauig comes up with stolen base number 6 for him, which is surprising for his speed that he only has 6 stolen bases. Well, Winchell now in a golden opportunity. Runners second and third. One man out, and with Trauig's speed, a base hit would definitely score him. And New Ulm with a chance to add to their 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Faith delivers. Pitch swung on, bounced, cut off by the third baseman. Nordine will come home, and they will get Schmidt with plenty to spare. Taking third is Trauig. On by the fielder's choice is Winchell. So Scott Schmidt is cut down at the plate, 5-2 on the fielder's choice. Trauig takes third, 2 men out.
Noreen made a very good throw to the plate. He's apparently an experienced ball player. He caught that high chopper. He squared himself up. He made a strong throw. New Ulm was playing down-angle baseball right there, which is with runners on first and third, less than 2 outs. They are going, and that didn't look good, but it puts pressure on the defense. He has to make the strong throw, and he made the strong throw.
Well, I think Schmidt was hoping that high hopper would get over Noreen. Here's Kevin Hulke with a chance to help himself. Runner goes. Wilson's throw is in time, and he is out. And that will take care of New Ulm in the 5th inning as Winchell is a dead duck at second base, 2-6. And what looked like a large threat goes by the boards. New Ulm does, however...